All right, guys. So you look at my lawn from a distance. It doesn't look too bad. We're looking really good. You know, even my neighbor's lawn looks really good from far away. All right, far away you look good. But we do have some problems. I'm going to show them to you guys. So when you get closer up to the lawn, you start seeing some areas, some patchiness in here, some thin areas, just overall, you know, some thinness. It's not perfect, all right? And we're striving for perfection. All right, even over here. So even in my neighbor's back half over here, very thin. See the thinness here, very thin. So we're gonna do an overseed today. I'm gonna show you guys how quick and simple it can be. We're gonna go over all the steps of what I do on my lawn and then go ahead and show you exactly what it looks like afterwards, all right? So stick around, here we go. Step number one. All right, guys, so step number one, when you wanna overseed your lawn, you gotta scalp the lawn down. You gotta cut it down as low as you possibly can. Wherever you are comfortably, all right? Go ahead and cut it down as low as you comfortably can. What this is gonna do is gonna give it time, give the seed that you're about to put down time to germinate and grow back up with your grass, all right? You wanna give it some time. So cut it as low as you can, lower than what you normally do, maybe a couple notches lower than normal. That way you're giving, you know, your new grass seed plenty of time to germinate and catch up to the existing grass. So cut as low as you can. We're gonna go ahead and scalp it right now. It's not gonna look good afterwards, all right? I'll tell you right now, it's not gonna look good. So next step that we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my Sunjoe power rake, I'm gonna run up the lawn once, and then I'm gonna switch it over to the scarifier, do that one time, pick everything up, okay? And then we'll be putting seed down, all right? So let's go ahead, we're gonna do a quick power rake and scarify, and jump on over to the next step. Let's get it going. Okay, so power raking is done. So overall, not a whole lot of debris came up though. Not terrible though. So what we're gonna do next, switch out the power rake for the verticutter. Go ahead and do that one more time. Then we're gonna take our lawnmower and pick everything up. Disregard that entire mess behind me. We'll go and clean it up at the end of the day. Let me switch this over real quick. I wanted to show you guys real quickly the difference between the power rake and the verticutter. So you can see here, here's the power rake. It has kind of these little tines. You guys can see them well. But these little tines, spring-loaded tines here, and those just kind of go through and pick up, you know, the light debris off the soil surface of the lawn. What we're going to be installing now is this bad boy. This is the verticutter. So these get down deeper into the lawn. It's going to break up a lot more of that stuff, create some bigger air pockets in there as well, get some air and oxygen into that soil. And overall, it's gonna help us get some seed deeper down into the soil, create some good seed to soil contact, and thus creating a better environment for germination. All right, so I'm gonna switch this over real quick and we'll go ahead and do another pass over on the lawn. All right, guys, so now that we have de-thatched and scarified, you can see there's plenty of junk out here. Look at all this. Look at this. Whew. All that coming out of there. Plenty of junk coming out. Ooh. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take the mower over real quick, pick it all up, and then we'll get our seed down, all right? You can honestly pick this up by hand. The mower's the fastest way. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. All right, guys, so we have scalped, we have scarified, we have verticut, and we've cleaned it up. The lawn is now ready for the seed. So let's go over probably the most important part of this whole process, the seed that we're gonna be using. All right, so let me go ahead and grab it real quick. I'll show you guys what we're using and explain to you why we're using the seed and where you guys can go ahead and get it. All right, let's get in the shade a little bit. Hot out today. So what we're gonna be using today is going to be Blackout from Lawn Life. So if you guys haven't seen Lawn Life's YouTube channel, you can go see Jesse. I'll go ahead and link a channel. I'm sorry, I'll go ahead and link his channel down below in the description of the video. But Jesse over at Lawn Life went out to a farm, I believe that's out in Oregon, to this farm that specifically has created the darkest blend of perennial ryegrass on the market. So this is Hat Trick and Fireball. It is super dark. It germinates really well. And so we're gonna go ahead, we bought some of this, we're gonna go ahead and put it down on the 2 lawns today, give it a nice overseed. It's really gonna darken up the lawn. So we're gonna put 5 pounds down. There's like less than 1,000 square feet between these 2 yards. So this really shouldn't be too big of an issue here. But this seed right here, you wanna use a perennial rye seed when you're doing something like this because of how quickly it germinates. 3 to 5 days of germination, right? So why that's important is because your current grass is still going to keep growing and you don't want it to outpace the seed. So you want the seed to try and catch up to your grass, and that's why we scalped it. But you want a quick germinating seed so that way it can quickly get up to the level of your current grass, not have to compete for any of that light, the sunlight that it's going to need to really kind of thrive and really grow quickly. So you want to use a perennial ryegrass because it's going to germinate faster. It's going to, overall fill in better, and this whole process is just going to be smoother for you. You can't really overseed with Kentucky bluegrass. That seed just takes too long to germinate. You'll have to mow before you get there, and it's not going to really work for you. So we're going to be using this seed out here today. We're going to go ahead and drop it in our spreader, get it on the lawn, and then we're going to go ahead and jump over to our nutrients. So the first thing I am going to do though is I am going to go around the edges and just drop a little seed by hand, just so that way it doesn't get into the flower beds. I love my grass, but not in the flower beds. It's not gonna look too hot there. So we're gonna go around the edges real quick, just drop a little seed by hand, and then go ahead and do our passes. Alright guys, so the next step after the seed is down is an optional step. I like to take my mower and I want to roll over the seed because I do have a striping kit on the back, so it's going to help push that seed down, get some seed to soil contact in there, and really, again, help the lawn germinate. So I'm going to take my mower here. We're just going to do passes over. We're not going to have it on. We're just going to push it up and down. It's going to be a pain in the butt, but totally gonna be worth it when you get that seed to soil contact and get some better germination. So go ahead, get this going. Ugh. Whew, that's exhausting. Thank goodness that mower has, the automatic wheels on it, because pushing that sucks. All right. Now that everything's seeds down, rolled in, we're almost at the end here. Almost at the end. Nutrients. We need to put our nutrients down. So, a couple options here. You can put down a nice granular starter fertilizer. Totally gonna work. Totally work. I'm gonna put down some Turf Time products. So, let's go mix that up real quick, get it down the lawn, and then we'll be at our last step. Can't speak. Whew, it's hot. All right, so nutrients. What you guys can do is literally any basic starter fertilizer. A starter fertilizer is gonna be the basic, most easiest nutrients you can put down in this step. I'm gonna be putting down something a little different. It's totally gonna work well. It's gonna be kind of the basis of a starter fertilizer. But what we will be putting down is some Turf Titan products. All right. First off, we're going to be putting down some Lawn Commander. Then we're going to do some Lawn Advancer. And then obviously, to get that seed really going, some Root Booster. So this really helps inoculate the seeds, gets it germinating quickly. So we're going to make sure that this is going down in our batch as well. So we're going to mix these 3 up in our sprayer here. If you don't have a sprayer, like I said, granular stuff totally works. If you want to buy these products, you can buy them with a hose end sprayer. Totally works. Whatever you guys want to do, I think just a general starter fertilizer, and I'll go ahead and link one down in the description below. You can use the Scott's, triple action starter fertilizer. I think that's a really good product for those of you who do not want to spray. So I'll go ahead and link that down below for you guys. But let's go ahead and get this mixed up and get it going. If you guys don't have these cups, go ahead and grab them. If you guys use liquid stuff, these are my favorite cups. They are literally disposable measuring cups. Goes up to 1 cup. I never use more than a couple ounces anyways, so these are my favorite cups. I use these all the time. And what's great is you just toss them. You don't have to worry about grungy measuring cups. I used to use like those plastic measuring cups that were, constant use, and it was disgusting by like the end of a season. So these are a lifesaver. They're super cheap. I'll go ahead and link them down below as well. But let's go ahead and get this mixed up. So for root booster, let's give it a good shake because it is a nice mix. Go ahead and get this going. This is only a 100. So again, there's not really like any nitrogen or phosphorus, potassium in here. But what it is it does help inoculate and get those seeds going. So we're gonna put 5 ounces into here, and stuff smells lovely. Total sarcasm too, if you didn't get that. Next up, we're gonna do our lawn commander. This is a 23-2, so a lot of nitrogen in here. So this is gonna really help get that seed growing, get the leaves going strong, and keeping that lawn looking nice and green. So we're gonna get this in. Again, another 5 ounces. And then our last product is gonna be Lawn Advancer. This is a 277, so some of that phosphorus that's really needed to help get that seed germinated and going quickly. So again, we're gonna do 5 ounces in here as well. Nice green mix there, a little Hulk juice. You should rename it that, Hulk juice. All right, so now we have all of our nutrients mixed up in here. Let's go ahead and get our water in. We're gonna do about 2 gallons in here. Should be enough for the whole lawn here. I'll probably do like actually 1.5 gallons. That should be enough for the entire 2 lawns here. And then we'll go ahead and jump over to our last and final step. All right, so we got all of our nutrients down. Everything's pretty much done. Last thing we need to do is get some water on it. All right, water is gonna be the key element to this whole process. All right, without any water, can't really do much else. All right, so remember when you put down new grass seed, if it dries, it dies. I'm going to be using my Imalaza system. They have a new seeding feature in it. When you are putting in a new lawn, it has a kind of a schedule already broken down to put in all of your waterings. And what's kind of cool is it basically does it by hour. And when you do it by hour, you can really slim down those waterings to like 2 to 3 minutes tops. And then, so that's what I'll be doing, is I'll be doing like 2-minute waterings every hour from like 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. And what that's gonna do is allow the seed to stay moist all day long. It's gonna fill in really well, and it's not gonna oversaturate the lawn either. You're not gonna see any big runoff because it's gonna be so short. It's gonna keep that seed nice and moist, allow it to germinate, and then once it germinates, we'll kick it back. All right, we'll kick it back to a normal watering. This should only take about 14 days. All right, we should see germination in 3 to 5 days. Nice, full, healthy lawn in about 14 days. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my mess here. I'm gonna see you guys back in 14 days. These lawns are gonna look a lot darker, a lot fuller, and look really, really nice. All right, so get a good look at them now, because in 14 days they're gonna be a lot different. Okay, guys, so I'm about to show you guys what the lawn looked like about 3 weeks after we did the seeding. I unfortunately came out, recorded everything, and figured out that my microphone was dead and had no audio. So everything I was telling you guys doing that day, worthless. Actually, let me just, yeah, this one's still good. We're good. But what we did that day, the lawn was looking really good. About 21 days after the seeding, I know I said I was gonna do 14, but we had a storm come in about 14 days. And so I just couldn't come out, record, do really anything with the lawn. And so 21 days when I came back out, and it was looking really, really solid, looking really good. Was very, very happy with it. So what we did is we went ahead and mowed. We gave it our first mow that day. Nice, easy, gentle mow. And then I went ahead and put some nutrients down. And what we put down was root booster again, some lawn commander, lawn striper, and propiconazole. And the reason why we did some propiconazole was for two reasons. One, propiconazole does help get the root development going for these new seedlings. So we really wanted to help get those roots going, and it helps them grow a little bit faster too. So we went ahead, did some propiconazole, got that down. And the second reason is because we had a lot of humid weather coming in. Like I said, there was that storm came in around 14 days. So we had a lot of humid weather coming in, creating all these storms. And basically when you have that humid, warm environment, it's just a breeding ground for fungus. So obviously we just did the seeding. I didn't want it to, go to waste. So we put down the propiconazole for kind of more of a preventative method, making sure that no fungus has got on the lawn. And I gotta say, it looks amazing. I'm very, very happy with how the lawn looks right now. There's no fungus. Everything's looking super dark green. I'm gonna show it to you guys right now though, exactly what we're looking like. We're about a month now after seeding, so here we are. So here is the lawn, about a month after seeding, and look how dark it is. I mean, it is dark green, it is thick, everything is filled back in. And it's looking really, really solid. You can see my neighbor's yard here. He's got some nut sedge issues. We're gonna go ahead and take care of that this year though. And everything is nice and full again. But back here, you'll see, look how thick and full this is again compared to what it looked like before we did it. Now I'll go ahead and do a side by side. This thing was, it was thin. This looks really, really good now. So everything's looking solid. It looks really good. Lawn Life, Jesse, you made developed a really great seed. The lawn is as dark as I've ever seen it before, and I absolutely love it. So there you go, guys. We went ahead, did that reseeding. If you're looking for a seed, go over to Jesse's page, man. Grab some of that seed. It's dark, and it germinates really well. It looks amazing. I can't, say enough nice things about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, guys, go out there, make it a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.